Before we get into this episode of The Hassle of Hair, we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First up, we have Castro's Pool Service and Repair. Do you guys need your guys' pool serviced, maintenance, clean, fixed? Castro's Pool Service and Repair is the place to go. Their phone number is 209-675-5418. That's 209-675-5418. Check them out today, guys. Support those that support us. This episode of The Hassle of Hair is brought to you by Nasty Tattoos, a Los Baños tattoo shop located on 555 I Street. That's 555 I Street. Go check them out, guys. All my tattoos are done by Nasty Tattoo artists. They also do body modifications. You guys go check them out. If you guys need to book an appointment, call the number 209-489-4655. That's 209-489-4655. Go check them out, guys. Nasty Tattoos. Support those that support us.
It's birthday!
I'm Jesse.
I'm Raquel.
This is The Hassle of Hair, a podcast
Going after your dreams.
About going after your dreams.
Okay.
But no, it's a podcast about going after your dreams and finding your passion in life.
Yes.
And we're The Hassle of Hair.
For the Hassle of Hair?
We are The Hassle of Hair. Thanks for listening, guys. Love you. It's nice. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to have you on was because I'm like a nerd when it comes to like local fighters and regional fighters. I found you in like early 2019, and then I was just watching your fights, and then I watched you versus the main was you versus Lucas Brewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched and I can't find it today.
It's like on GKO's like Facebook
It's not there
page.
anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it might be on their Facebook. Yeah, I had to check their Facebook, but that was the fight that I seen you, and you could tell you had potential in that fight, but then you're fighting a guy out of Alpha Male.
Yeah.
And he was highly touted at the time, like in the regional scene, and he was about to go pro. He even said like, "Oh, I got a text from Uriah Faber. I'm going to go pro."
Yeah.
And but so I saw you fight there, and you could tell that you didn't really have like a stand-up game. And I'm not like you.
Of course, I'm not keeping it real. Nah, it's the honest truth, you know. Like it's levels to this game. So like that's real.
Yeah, and then during the pandemic, you found Steve, and there was a drastic change in the way you fight. I was like, you went from this guy that kind of was just like using his wrestling or his strength and his athleticism to like, oh, now he's a martial artist.
Yeah.
Big difference. So take me through like how that happened.
Man, all right, well.
So like, how did you start? How did you get to Lucas Brewer? How did you start martial arts?
Okay, so basically I started training martial arts when I was around 12 years old. I started kickboxing. There was like this gym called RNG Muay Thai. It was like up the hill from my house. So I would walk up there, and it was like $40 a month. But at the time, like my parents, I was already wrestling at that time. So it's like my parents didn't really want me like jumping around, like trying to do all these different sports. But I was so interested because the person that introduced me to the sport was he worked on at my middle school. He was like one of the campus supervisors, like site safeties, and he was also a Muay Thai instructor. And we were just talking game because like I wrestled, so you know we're all wrestlers, martial artists, everybody, we're all the same. Yeah. So we're talking game. He's like, yeah, I have a gym, like it's like right here, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna check it out. So I started going up there, and I was like, bro, like this is actually cool. Like I started doing Muay Thai and like learning how to kick and do all these different things. I was like, bro, this is cool. And then there was one day, I was like working with.
And was this while you were wrestling?
Yeah, I was wrestling. I was wrestling all at the same time. I would go from. So what I would do is like wrestling. Since I was wrestling on the middle school team, I was around 12 years old. Since I was on the middle school team, we'd have practice like maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. But I would still go up and wrestle like with the high schoolers. Like go up and practice with them to get ready for our season, you know. So I was doing all this at the same time. So when I hit around like I want to say like around 8th grade, I started playing football. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to focus on just what I really want to do. Like, what do I really feel is gonna take me to the next level? And my wrestling coach, he was like, there's no Muay Thai in college. Like you can't. So I was like, all right, you feel me? Respectable, you know. So I just started focusing on football and wrestling. But like I started, I was playing football throughout high school. I was wrestling I was on varsity wrestling since I was like a freshman. So I was just doing that throughout high school. And I was like really like gearing more towards football. Like I was really like trying to play football. Like that was like anybody who knows me, they'll tell you I was putting in work for football. But something just didn't click with the sports, you know. Yeah. I played junior college for 2 years, but I had went to Arizona 1 week, like I was already not really getting much playing time on the junior college football team. But so I was like, whatever.
Did you get offered a scholarship or anything?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was like, I had like a couple looks like here and there, but like nothing that was like, oh yeah, like we're gonna do it. But so I went to junior college. So when I was there, this was my second year. My first year I didn't play much. So my second year I was like trying to play, but I was like still not getting much playing time. So I went to Arizona for like a couple of days to go see my girlfriend at the time. And I got stuck out there because I had taken the Amtrak. So something happened with my ticket, so I was going to be stuck out there for an extra 5 days. And I was like, oh, bro, it's over at this point. Like, there's nothing else. I was like, whatever. Yeah. I had texted my football coach at the time. I was like, hey, coach, like, I'm stuck out here, blase, blase, this is what's going on. He never responded. And, like, that kind of was like, oh, like, that kind of, you know, I was already not, like, getting much playing time anyways. And, like, you know, but, like, just that feeling of like, damn, like they really don't care about you like that. Like once you don't serve them any purpose, like you're just like whatever to them. You feel me? And like that actually, like I was like, you know what, bro? Like I think like it's time to like kind of hang it up. And like my boy Adrian Dole, this is like my blood brother. Like we had watched Conor McGregor versus Mayweather when they boxed in 2017. And I was telling my boy, I was like, bro, when football season's over, when I'm done with football, I'm gonna go back to MMA. And he told me, he was like, why would you wait though? Like he was like, he was like, you're not playing, like you're wasting your time. I was kind of like, oh man, like you're right, bro. Like, you know, we were at my boy's house, we were watching like the promotions for this fight, and I was like, bro, like I'm gonna go back. And like he was like, bro, like why are you waiting? Like he was like, you don't play, you feel me? He's like, no, not you feel me? Like we're brothers, so you know, keep it real with me. And he's like, you're not playing. He's like, you're wasting your time. He's like, but there is something that you're actually good at, you know? Yeah. And I was like, you know what, whatever. So I came back out here. I got back from Arizona. It was like a Thursday. We had a game on Friday. I knew I wasn't gonna play because I'd missed the whole week already. And I was like, that was like the time I was just like, you know what, bro, like maybe and this was like one of the hardest decisions ever because I felt like I put so much into football, like everything I had into football, like everything was football.
And if people are listening, it's not like me saying like I put my whole life into football. You're 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, 6'4".
6'4". Your wingspan's like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's a lot. Yeah.
So it's like it's not out of the ordinary for you to say, you know what, I'm gonna go after
for
football.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it'd be me, 5'9", it'd be different. Like people, my family would be like, hey Jesse, you're living on a dream that's not gonna come true. But like if I seen you, I'm like, okay, that guy might be able to make it in college.
Nah, for sure. And like that's all. Like, you know, I had a coach, my coach Mike. He was always like, bro, like you can make it. Like you can make it. You feel me? So I was always like envisioning in my head like how we were raised. Like my family's Nigerian. Like there's no, like, if you know about Nigerian pride, bro, like, there's no stopping someone who's really trying to get it, you know? Like, that's all I've always been around. I've always been around go-getters, you feel me? Like, that's all my family is. So I was like, bro, like, if I'm going to put my all into it, I'm going to put my all into it. But, you know, things didn't work out, you know? And so the day I decided I'm going to quit football, it's like a Thursday, bro. I was like, all right, I'm done with it. I hit up my old coach, who was actually like one of my second coach. I went to him after I went to that garage gym. I met this guy because me and his son wrestled on the same middle school team. So I met this guy, and he was like, bro, like, I'll train you for free. You feel me? Like, you want to learn, like, blase. So I was like, whatever. So I started training with him. I hit him up. This is like 2018 at the time. I hit him up. I was like, hey, do you still have a gym? He was like, I don't, but come to this spot tomorrow at 5. I'll see you there. And I was like, whatever, bro. So I quit football, bro. Like, quit. Like, I didn't even go back to clear out my locker. Like, cold turkey, just cut. And then
at the same time, you quit college too, right?
No.
Okay.
I still my parents are not like football being over is whatever. But if I was like, I'm not going back to school, oh yeah, nah.
Yeah.
It don't work like that. We'll have a sit down about that one. But nah, so I was still in school at the time. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back. And then I went to this gym, and like he was like, basically at first he was like, you're just gonna do Muay Thai, because he just seemed like, just looking at my frame at the time, like I probably came in maybe around like 175 pounds at that time. This is 2018. So like I was like, he's just looking at my frame. He was like, I'll rather have you do Muay Thai instead of doing MMA, so that way people can't grab a hold of you. You feel me? Because he thought like, you know, this dude's not strong. Yeah. And I was like, no, like I want to do MMA. And this random dude that was in the gym, like he was like, what do you really want to do? He was asking me, and I was like, I want to do MMA. And he was like, all right, then that's what you're gonna do. And I was like, cool. And then my coach at the time, he was like, all right, if you can wrestle this dude, which is my boy Jamari Moses, I love you, boy. You feel me? But we all know what happened. Not like that, but. He was like, if you could wrestle this dude, like, and like actually take him down, then I'll consider putting you in MMA. I was wrestling literally like not too long before that. The year before, I was literally just in North Coast section, 2017. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I started wrestling this dude, and like muscle memories just coming back. Like I'm just wrestling. Like this one's just pure wrestling, no MMA, like just pure wrestling. And I'm out wrestling him. And then he's like, all right, we could do something with this. He was then 4 months later, like 4 months like after I started training, like October 2018, I started training. I fought like February 2019. 4 months later, I fought. That was my first time ever putting on MMA gloves, ever at an MMA event, everything. Like I fought. I was so nervous, bro. I was like, bro, like I was just praying. Like I'm a strong believer in God. Like I was just praying, like God, I don't want to. Like my boys showed up, bro. Everybody came, and like I was getting ready. I was like, bro, like this
You
is
literally
not
have
real.
4 months of training.
4 months of training, and I hopped in there, bro. Hopped in there. We were like, bro, we're gonna do it. And I hopped in there, bro. I won in like 56 seconds by TKO, bro. Dude. I thought I was him, bro. I was like, boy. I was like, there's no stopping me, bro. I was like, we're gonna take this to the whole. I kind of got complacent in a way. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then like, I was like, bro, I'm gonna do it. And then we went back into training. We just started taking fights, fight after fight after fight.
Yeah,
like it was just
that year. If you look at 2019. You took like 5 fights.
7 fights.
7 fights.
7 fights,
It's
yeah.
insane.
In 1 year, my first year fighting, we took 7
like
fights.
barely any training.
No training. And like, it hit a point, like in my second fight, I had an early knockdown. Like seconds into the fight, early knockdown. In my head, I'm like, bro, I'm about to get another finish in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But like, this dude recovered. Another alpha male guy, he recovered. And like, he ended up just out wrestling me, bro. Like, just out wrestling me, something crucial. And it was kind of like, it wasn't like that, like, I was just getting smashed, but, like, I just had no answer for any of the wrestling, Like, I just had no answer at all.
Is this the recent one you had the rematch with?
No, this was this is my second fight, actually. Yeah. Like, I had no answer for the wrestling. And this was kind of, and then I fought again, June of that same year. I got a submission win. And then and then my third fight, my fourth fight, I fought Luke Brewer. And that's when we were like, we honed in on the wrestling. Like, we honed it because we were like, this dude's going to try to wrestle. This dude's going to try to wrestle. So we honed in on the wrestling. And, like, I felt like in the wrestling things I did pretty good, but we stood back up. And, like, my hands are down. And, like, I was just sloppy. I was walking backwards. Like, and he caught me with, like, a check left hook. And, like, bro, when I tell you, bro, that was probably the hardest I've ever been hit. Like, I was in a fight thinking about something, like, I swear to you, bro, I was thinking about something completely different. I was like, whoa. That's why I knew MMA, like, this is real. You feel me? Like, you can really get hurt in this game. But then, like, he took me down, he choked me out, bro. And, like, I was just like, damn, bro, like, what is going on? And then we fought again after that. I got a win. It was all on, like, an Indian reservation, so you won't see it on record. So I got a win there. I won by TKO there. But this dude, like, it was a guy I was supposed to beat. And I fought again, King of the Cage. Again, another fight started off so well, but then the fight IQ takes over, and then you start doing sloppy stuff, start going for unnecessary takedowns, and I lost there. And I came back. I was getting ready for a title shot. SF Combat was giving me a title shot against Jeffrey Stovall. Another fight that was starting off so well, but again, fight IQ. I started rushing, then I started getting taken down. Started getting taken down. And I was like, bro, like, dude, like, I knew at that point, after that fight, I knew that there was going to need to be a drastic change, or else I wasn't going to last in this game for too long. And then the pandemic got hit.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
And that's insane. So you're 22 at 20.
I was
21?
21 at that. I was 20 years old at this time.
And you thought of the decision by yourself?
That I was going to have to
change?
Yeah. Like, I was like, bro, it had to be a change, because it's like there's no way that I was going to be able to carry on like this, because I'm an athlete. Like, I've played sports my whole life. Yeah. I know when it's like, you hit that point when you're kind of like, bro, like, like, what adjustment do you need to make to have success? Because there's no way. I was at a point where I was like, there's no way I just suck. Like, there's no way. I'm just not just like, if that's the case, then I just need to quit. But I was like, but I see so many flashes of, like, potential. Like, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, I'm able to do this, I'm able to do that. I'm like, bro, what if we could just kind of put all this together? Like, how? The pandemic.
That's rare, right?
Yeah.
That you're able to, because you look at, I mean, there's a lot of other 21-year-olds that don't think like that. They'll be stuck in the same thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
For you to do that early.
Yeah, no, I knew what it was. Like, I just knew what I didn't want to have. Like, I know, like, for me, I feel like I have a pretty clear vision of what I want my life to be like. And I know God always has different plans for us than what we have for ourselves, and I always trust his plan. But how I look at it is, if you don't manifest what you want, you're going to get what you don't want. You feel me? So that's why I was kind of like, bro, like, we got to kind of, like, make some change happen. The pandemic got hit. So we were kind of like, there was no fights, no nothing. I was just training. I was like, bro, I'm going to come back way harder September 2020 had came around, and my coach at the time, he called me to come to his office. Bro, I thought my teammates were literally telling me like the Friday before. This is a Monday he called me. On Friday, my teammates would text me like, bro, like he's on the phone with Bellator. Like they're talking about you, this, that, and the third. I swear to you, bro. I swear to you. I still have these messages till today. They're like, yeah, he's on the phone with Bellator. He's talking about you, another one of my teammates, and somebody else. I came in on Monday thinking he's going to tell me, like, bro, like, the pandemic, we're just going to go pro. Yeah. So I'm like, bro, I came in, I had my nice shorts on, I had my anklets on. I'm like, bro, I came in, like, maybe, like, 30 minutes early. I'm warming. I've never done this. I'm warming up 30 minutes early, feeling lovely. And then he called me into his office. I'm like, damn, they're all smiles. Like, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, he's going to, yeah, he's going to hand me a contract. Like, look, I walk in, and he's like, hey, sit down. And the first thing he's like, the direction that I'm looking to go with my team, I don't see you involved in it. Yeah, and that was me. I was thrown away. Yeah. I was like, bro, like, what do you mean? You feel me? He's like, you've never done shit for this team. Yeah. You do this, you do that. He's like,
does he have a good team?
I mean, Team Salguero, they have some great fighters. Yeah. They have some great fighters. They're actually on the come up for surely. Like they have Rogelio Luna, Isaiah Chapman, Jamar Modis on that team. Yeah. Alec, dude, they have some dope guys. But at the time, we were kind of like we were in that building stage at that time. They were in that building stage. So like now they're striving. I promise you. It's no hate to them. You feel me? Like my teammates that are on the team, I love them to death. You feel me? Like those will forever be my teammates. You know. But he was just like, basically, like, I just never did shit for this team. And then he was like, his reasoning at the time for kicking me off was because I didn't wear my fight shirt to my walkout for my last fight in February. But mind you, this is almost 9 months later. So I'm like, if you were feeling that time this whole time, why did you make me feel like we were going to progress and we were going to build off this? Like, we were going to try to make something happen, but you were feeling some type of way. Deep down inside, I don't think the shirt was the problem, but, you know, that's between him and God at the end of the day. So that happened. And I was like, bro, like, he was like, return your shit. Like, it was just kind of so cold.
You went from Bellator to not having
no gym, bro. And it's the pandemic, mind you. Like, this whole time that the pandemic was happening, I was in that gym, like, training by myself. Like, I was the only one in there, like, training. You feel me? Like, and, like, I was, like, thinking, like, shit was going to change, like, right now. But then, like, he just hit me with that, bro. And it was kind of just cold. Like, you feel me? Like, if you were, like, genuinely how I feel, if I have a problem with you, I'm going to tell you straight up, like, this, and that. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to have you sitting on your hands thinking something good is going to come, and I don't have plans for you in the future. Yeah. So I was like, whatever, you feel me? Like, I left. He was like, return your stuff, and I returned it, and, like, bro, it was like, I was honestly so heartbroken, bro. Like, when I pulled back up to drop off my stuff that year, I was like, bro, like, I didn't even want to bring it in there to, like while they were having classes. So, like, I came in the morning because I live, like, 5 minutes away. So I came in the morning, I, like, unlocked it, and, like, I walked into the gym. I walked around one last time, and, like, I put it in there, and I dropped the key through the mail slot. And, like, bro, like, I just got in my car, bro. I just started bawling, bro. And I was like, bro, like, what did I do to get to this point? Like, come on, like, everything, like, things just weren't, I just didn't feel like things were working out for me, bro.
So
like,
weird to give up on an amateur fighter.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. But, like, I was just like, it is what it is. I just always knew, like, in my heart, I just always knew that God had a bigger plan for me. And I just wasn't going to, like, at first, bro, I was going to bunker in. Like, I called, right when that happened, I called my coach, Johnny Santos. He's my MMA coach. So it's Steve and Johnny Santos. I called him, and I was like, bro, like, dude, I'm damn near going to quit, bro. Like, I was like, bro, Sergio just kicked me off. I'm like, bro, like, I was like, maybe this truly isn't for me. And Johnny told me some words that stuck with me forever, and I love Johnny to death, bro. Like, he was like, who are you fighting for at the end of the day? Are you fighting for him? Or are you fighting for yourself and your family? He was like, if you're going to let one person determine, like, the direction of your life, then you can just throw everything away because people are going to be misleading you left and right all the time. Yeah. And, like, I'm still crying, like, bro, he's not hearing me. He doesn't know. He doesn't get it. You feel me? But, like, he was like, bro, like, you feel me? He was like, no matter what, bro, I'll stick with you no matter what. He's like, we'll make it right. We'll get back to it. He's like, you're so young. He's like, we'll make things right. And I was like, all right, bro. Like, I'm rocking with you. You feel me? Like, this is it. Like, you feel me? I'm gonna give it one last shot. And then I was coming here to spar that summer. So I was like, oh, let me see if Steve is available. Because I had an MMA coach. I was like, all I need is really like a striking coach and kind of someone that's going to handle like the logistics of things with MMA. I called Steve, and he was like, bro, like, I still have those texts in a screenshot, bro. He was like, I'm willing to put in the same amount of work that you're willing to put in. And I was like, bro, I'll see you on Monday. Yeah, bro, just like that. And then, like, I pulled up, and, like, at first it was kind of weird because, like, I had to go to, like, the classes and stuff because, like, at my other gym, I was down at the Star at one point. So I had all privates. I didn't have to go to no classes. I just always had one-on-one sessions. I was always the number one priority. Yeah. Then I come here. He already has his fighters, so I have to go to classes and stuff like that. And, like, I'm just kind of like, I asked him, I was like, hey, Steve, you think you can, like, hold pass from at the end of practice? He was like, oh, I have a 8 o'clock session already and this. And I'm like, damn, like, it's not like how it was before, you feel me? I'm like, I really got to wait in line. So I was like, whatever. I was like, whatever. I'm just going to grind. I'm going to do what I got to do. That next month, we had a PKB in Reno. And I was like, bro, like, I have to be in this PKB, bro. I was, mind you, bro, at this time, bro, I was hella broke, bro. I was like, bro, like, it was pandemic, bro. I was like, dude, I'm going to do it, bro. So, like, with the little money that I had, I paid for the PKB. And I ended up ordering, like, some Fairtex gloves and shin guards. I was like, bro, we're going to do this, bro. I don't care. So, coming up, I didn't really have much money for a hotel. But I wasn't going to tell Steve because I didn't want to seem like I was making any excuses. Yeah. So, me and Johnny was going to drive me up there. And at the time, like, he's a contractor. He has a contracting company. So, things were slow for him, too. He was going to drive me up there. But that same week, his car had gotten into an accident while they were doing a hauling job. So he was like, bro, like, what are we gonna do? So he bought a car off one of his boys for $1,500. And he's like, bro, just for the trip, bro. Just for the trip. He was like, bro, we're gonna push it up there, bro. We gonna get there. Yeah. And the whole time I'm like, we're gonna get there, bro. Mind you, this was a hoopty, bro. It had 2015 tags on it. This is 2020 at this time. It had 2015 tags on it, bro. Like the cooling and all that. It was like all messed up. But we were pushing this 3 hours to Reno, bro. It broke down on us twice, bro. We got pulled over twice, bro. And, like, the cop that pulled us over, we're like, bro, we're just trying to get to this kickboxing tournament, bro. We're watching the Khabib Justin Gaethje card at this time, bro. We're like, bro, we're just trying to get up there. So we were driving, and, like, every 45 minutes, so we'd have to stop to let the car cool down and then keep it pushing. We get there. We weigh in, bro, like, everything's cool. But neither of us really we don't really have, like, much money for hotels. So we're like, bro, like, what are we going to do? Bro, we slept in the car, bro. 30 degrees in Reno, bro. October, we slept in the car, bro. I was, bro, shivering. Like, it was, like, so cold that I was like, bro, we might as well just say fuck it and just go home, bro. Like, 'cause this is not going to work, bro. But, like, I barely slept, bro. But that night, we slept outside of where we fought, actually. So, like, that night, I was just like, bro.
That was the gold hotel or something like that?
Yeah, it was the...
Gold Nugget?
Yeah. Like, something like that. Like, we were like, bro, like, in my head the whole night, I was just like, bro, I don't care what happens, bro. I'm winning tomorrow, bro. All this, bro, I'm winning tomorrow.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because, so I seen you there. I was there with Strike and the guy that you fought, I think second. You had 2 fights.
Yeah, 2 fights.
So you fought second, I believe, was a buddy that I knew from a long time ago and who just got back into training.
Yeah.
His name's Mark.
Yeah.
And I saw he was going up against you, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, this guy, he doesn't know that this guy is a monster. Right. I was like, and sure enough, I mean, keep on going with your story.
Yeah, no. So that Mark, happened.
Even puts it worse because I just see Mark, and now that knowing that you're like, you're grinding, like you're in a car, cold car, bro, waiting for this fight.
Waiting for it, bro. And, like, the first fight there, like, it's crazy because these PKBs, like, it's funny, me and Steve, like, we'll talk about them all the time. We'll be like, bro, some people take PKB so serious. Yeah. But to me, like, out of all belts that I won, that PKB belt was the most. I swear to you, bro, that belt stays at my house, bro. Like, that belt is literally at my house, bro. That belt is one of the most important belts because I proved to myself, bro. Yeah. Like, I proved to myself that if you really want it, bro, you can go get that shit, bro. Whatever you want, bro. And, like, I was like, bro, we're going to do it. So then that happened. The PKB, we came through, we won. Things are good. We're like, yep, we're riding. We're gonna make it rock. Like, you feel me? Like, I was like, okay, like, I feel like I kind of not solidified myself, but I came like, oh, I'm here to work. You feel me? Like, I feel like I proved I was here to work. And Steve saw that, yeah. And so, like, he was like, bro, we're going to hone in. And we just honed in, bro. Like, I was in here with him maybe, like, 3-4 times a week, bro. Like, just working on this, just striking overall, everything. And then we were getting ready for a fight in Wyoming. Bro, I was ready, bro. This was the best training camp. I was training with dudes like Jason Butcher. I was going over to Team Santos, Resistance, bro. Like, oh, and shout out to all those guys, bro. I love you guys so much. Catch MMA, like, all these dudes, they all opened their doors to me so we could just train and get it in. Jason Butcher was, like, coming, like, to Resistance. Like, he was training there, but he would come at the time to just, like, you know, kind of help me. Like, he would work with me the whole time. And he was showing me all these different things. Mauricio Alonso, all these guys, bro, all these top dudes. We go to Wyoming. Bro, the fight starts off so beautifully, bro. I opened up. Steve called everything. Every shot that landed, Steve was like, bro, those are the shots that are going to land. He's a wizard, bro. He's like a Trevor Whitman 2.0, bro. Like, he was like, bro, that front head kick off the feint from the low kick is going to be open every time. So I came out. I opened up with the leg kick. Then I feinted the leg kick and came up top. It caught him square in his chin. Click. And he, like, stumbled back. And I'm like, bro, like, oh shit. I wanted to do a Showtime kick when he jumped off the cage, but I'm like, just be smart here, bro. You feel me? Just be smart. You feel me? Don't get carried away. Yeah. So I come in patiently. I throw a right hand, left hook, right hand, switch high kick, bam, drops him. And Steve's gonna say I tried to throw a flying hammer fist, but I wanted to hammer fist him, but he just got up too fast. Yeah. He got up hella fast. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I just hit you with everything, bro. Like, I'm like, all right, whatever. So then, like, when I seen him get up and he was bleeding, I was like, oh, he's fucked up, bro. I was like, bro, these dudes done, bro. I'm about to get in there, bro. I just started winging it, bro. But mind you, we're in Wyoming, 6,000 feet elevation, bro. I just started winging. And then he goes for like a takedown. I defend one. I come up swinging. And then he goes and I try to throw another kick and he catches it. And we end up in a takedown. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. I've been training with, like, all these top jiu-jitsu dudes, bro. I'm like, bro, come on, let's grapple. So I get him, bro. I almost have him in a belly down armbar. He defends it. Then I almost have him in a triangle. He defends it. And I'm like, bro. And then he finishes the round on top, but it was easy. It was easy 10-9 round, maybe even a 10-8 round for me. So I'm like, whatever. I go back to the stool, and that's when I realized, I'm like, bro, like, I'm tired as fuck. Like, I was like, bro, there's no way. Like, my legs are blessed. Like, now if people see my fights, I usually lay on my back and put my feet up to let that new blood flow through. You feel me? This is a hack. Anybody want to use it, bro? I swear to you, it works. My strength and conditioning coach taught me. So you lay on your back, you put your feet up. I put my arms up to let that new blood flow through.
You do it after your fights, right?
In between rounds. Yeah. So let that new blood flow through. And also opens up your lungs. So I even do that at training. And it's like, I didn't want to do it because I was like, bro, we're on pay-per-view. And I was just like, just little different things, bro. I was like, bro, I'm on TV. I'm not trying to look like that out here.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it, but my legs were done, bro. Like, the lactic acid buildup was just too much, bro. So I come out, bro, and, like, you feel me? We start off, we have a little exchange. He takes me down. And I'm like, bro, like, I was on bottom, and I just knew, like, I was gassed. But I just kept trying to defend, trying to get up. But I was defending wrong. I was, like, kind of bumping instead of, like, trying to strategically get up. And it's like, when you're on bottom like that and someone's, like, actually has, like, a good position over you, two or three bumps, bro, and you're out of gas. Because, like, you're trying to bump up your body weight along with somebody else's. 2 or 3 bumps, you're out of gas. And that's exactly what happened. 2 or 3 bumps, I was, like, completely fried, bro. He locked up the rear naked choke. And I was like, bro, I had to tap. And I was like, damn, bro. And, like, I laid there. It felt like 2 hours I was laying on the ground, bro. But, like, I was like, bro, I think I'm going to quit. Like, that. After that, I was like, I think that's enough, you feel me? Because in my head, all I wanted to do, and this is what happens when you come with the wrong intention, all I wanted to do is prove my old coach wrong. That's all I wanted to do in this fight. That's all I was thinking about. Like, that's all I was thinking. Instead of how we could better our future, how we could progress our career, I was like, I just want to prove them wrong for thinking that I wasn't who I always knew I was. So then I was like, bro, and then when you come in like that, bro, you let things like, bro, the mind is a crazy place, bro. It's 80% of the battle in the fight, you feel me? So I came in with my mind clouded, and now those are the results. And I laid there, and I swear to you, bro, like, it was like God came and, like, sat next to me, bro, and, like, it was like all I heard was get up. Yeah. It's not done. Steve? Nah. I wish, man. Who knows, bro? But they were there, though. They were, like, right next to me. Like, they let me have my little moment, you feel me? But, like, all I heard was just get up. It's not done. And I was like, bro, like, we got to do it. And then, like, we go back to the hotel, and, like, I'm just like, I go take a shower. I'm crying in the shower. I'm like, bro, like, I let everybody down, bro. I turn my phone off, bro. I'm like, I'm not trying to talk to nobody. Everybody's going to be asking me. And I was like, you know what, bro? I was like, the only way to move forward is by accepting. So I was like, bro, forget it. So I did a little post. I was like, thank you, everybody who supported, blase, you feel me? Like, the fight didn't go the way we wanted. But then, like, just, like, the mad support, bro, like, from my community, bro, my city. Like, everybody's like, bro, you're still a champ, bro, this, that, and the third. They're like, bro, you got him, bro. Like, one thing I hate seeing is next time. That's one thing I'm like, bro, it ain't no next time. It's now or never. That's how you feel at the time. But then, like, just seeing all that, bro, like, just a mad support from everybody, bro. And, like, Steve just, like, Steve and Johnny, bro, they never, like, looked at me differently. Like, they never, like, made me feel like I wasn't going to make it. You feel me? Like, they never, like, were, like, hanging their heads low. Like, like, some coaches, like, when their fighters, like, mess up or whatever the case may be, they show it. Like, they're like, oh, my God. Like, you feel me? But it's like they never did that. Yeah. They were just always like, bro, we're going to find a way. And then I came back home, and, like, it was, like, from, like, October. Like, it was, like, I fought in August. So, like, September, October, like, the rest of that year was kind of, like, a downfall for me. You feel me? Like, I just felt like everything was going. I lost like a lot of money, bro, because I was like I wasn't right in my head after that loss. Like, that loss took a toll on me. Like, I lost a lot of money. I was like super broke, bro. I was going through it. Me and my girlfriend for like 60.5 years at that time we broke up. Yeah. And like, I was just going through it, bro. I was like, bro, it's like, you know, it was just a lot. And I was just like, why is this happening at such a time when I'm really just trying to elevate? Like, my intentions were pure. I'm just trying to take care of my people. And I was like, why is this happening at such a time? And I was like, you know what, bro, we're going to hone in and we're just going to make it happen. I fought DJ. He's the guy I fought twice. Yeah. I fought him, and we ended up, like, I knew he was going to try to wrestle, but Steve had told me, he was like, bro, you need to hone in on your skills. You're a solid wrestler. He was like, why not it's MMA. You feel me? All I wanted to do was I wanted to go throw big strikes. I want to knock people out. That's what I want to do. Yeah. He's like, why not hone in on your, like, he's like, why don't you just hone in on everything? He's like, that way you're versatile. So he was like, bro, he was like, for this fight, the game plan is to counter wrestle and look for your own takedowns. And I'm like, bro, he thinks I can't strike. Like, I was like, that's why he's telling me to do this. I was like, he thinks I can't fight. I was like, bro, he thinks my strike. Yeah, I swear to you, bro. I was like, bro, he thinks my striking's weak, bro. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. Let's see what happens. You feel me? So I come in there, game plan, execution. I win by unanimous decision. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling better. I'm like, all right, we just got to keep going. We just got to keep going. Then I was supposed to fight January. I was supposed to fight a guy named Britt Lippincott. And he ended up pulling out like maybe like 2 weeks before the fight. I was like, whatever. DJ, the dude I just fought, stepped in on a week's notice. And I was like, all right, we're going to fight again. And we come in, bro, and like that fight happens. And he ended up it's a TKO doctor stoppage because he ended up quitting on the stool, but the fight was kind of.
Did he throw up? I watched that fight. Did he throw up?
Nah, he hurt his ankle or something like that. Yeah. But like the way the fight was kind of already going, like in my heart personally, I already knew like if he had came back out for the third round, I was looking for a finish. You know, it's like
in that actual fight that you have like a major size difference on a lot of guys, especially at your weight. Yeah. Even in the lower levels. There was a takedown that you got. You literally had a whizzer and an underhook. Yeah. And you wrapped, like, the whizzer side, you wrapped around. And yeah, and then it was like a big brother thing. You just lifted him and slammed him.
Yeah, like, no, we actually, me and Johnny actually were working on that week. Yeah. Like, coming into that, like, the 2 weeks before that, we were working on that because he was like, my arms are hella long. Like, why not? Like, you feel me? Like, there's a lot of different things that you can do, you know? Like, it's MMA at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's MMA. So he was like, all right, there's a lot of different things you can do. So we just kind of were honing in. And, like, yeah, like, I came in, bro. I fought that fight, and, like, I felt amazing, bro. I won my first belt. I was like, bro, like, let's go. But I still, like, you know, even right now, I'm still not satisfied. But, like, then I just still wasn't satisfied. I was like, bro, there's more for us. And then I was supposed to fight in February, but then that fight fell through. And then April, SF Combat was like, want to fight for their title. Came out, bro. I was like, bro, we're going to do it. But, like, my confidence and my faith was just through the roof coming into these fights. I was like, bro, I'm going to win this fight, bro. There's nothing that's stopping me, bro. Like, I was like, the way God's been working in my life, bro, I was like, he didn't bring me this far to leave me now. So I was like, bro, I'm going to win this fight, bro. And I come in, bro, I win, bro. Ankle lock, bro. First round, bro. Ankle lock. Yeah. Ankle lock, bro. This is the recent one. This was my second one before this last one I just had.
Okay, so you got an ankle lock
twice in a row. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I said, bro. I was like, bro, where did this come from, bro? Like, and I was like, dude, ankle locks. And it's funny because the first ankle lock that I got, I literally told my coach, we were drilling, like, you know, like the last like shakedown that week, that last little shakedown, we were drilling. And he was like, let's drill the leg lock series real quick. And I was like, bro, I'm never gonna do no leg locks, bro. I was like, and you know, just kind of complaining, just being a student at the end of the day. I was like, I'm not ever gonna do leg locks. He was like, trust me, let's just drill some leg locks. End up getting a leg lock. I was like, wow, that's ironic. Then the second fight coming in, this fight, bro, there was no. If you told me that you saw the future in a glow ball that I was going to lose that fight, I was not going to believe you, bro. Because I knew I was going to win that fight. Like 3 weeks before that fight, 100%, bro. I'd taken, like, some shrooms. And, like, bro, I came back home, and I was sitting in my car, bro, and I listened to the song Amazing by Hezekiah Walker. I listened to it every morning just to start off the day. It's a Christian song. And, like, I was just playing that because, like, I came home, and I was just feeling lovely, bro. Like, I was feeling amazing, bro. Like, training camp was going good. Like, I was feeling great. And I started listening to that song, and I was like, and I just closed my eyes, bro, and I just started, bro. I swear to you, bro, I saw myself, bro, winning that fight. I didn't know how I won that fight, but I saw them putting the belt around me, bro, and I was just like, bro, like I saw, like, bro, I felt like I saw the future, man. And I was like, man, we're gonna do it, bro, like, and I just started crying, bro, because I just knew it was done, bro. Like I just started crying, and like after that, the remaining 3 weeks, bro, we just went hard, bro. Like I was just like, bro, I'm gonna grind, bro, I'm gonna make my people proud. And I came out into that fight. The day of weigh-ins, I woke up with an ear infection. So I woke up my coach Johnny. I'm like, Johnny, bro, like my ears hurting hella bad, bro. Like he's like, bro, come on, let's go. Like he bounces up, like, bro, let's go. We gotta go get something for it. So then we get that. It starts to feel better. We're about to walk out for the fight. The day of the fight, bro, I can't find my mouthpiece. And we're literally, bro, and it was funny about it is because I literally just had it in the hotel. Like I was adjusting it, making sure everything was good. We're about to walk out. We strip my whole bag. We're like dumping it. Johnny's looking through everything. Like, we can't find it. And I'm like, fuck. Like, they're not going to let us fight. Yeah. Like, this fight could be, like, literally could be scratched right now if we don't. Because it's on TV time. They're not going to sit up here and wait for you.
Were you on deck? Or?
We were on deck. Like, we were up. Like, the fight before us had just got finished. It was a finish. So we were, like, about to go out. Like, really. Like, I literally just watched my opponent walk out. And I'm like, bruh. Like, I don't have my mouthpiece. So Johnny runs to the car. He brings me back this dry ass punk mouthpiece. He's like, he looks at me. He's like, just bite down on that shit and just go. I'm like, fuck, bro.
They'll stop it if it falls out of your mouth.
That was my fear, bro. That was my fear the whole time walking in, because I was like, bro, if this falls out, they'll stop it. And like once the ref picks it up to put it back in my mouth, and he realizes it doesn't fit, it's up. Like that could almost be a TKO in a sense. And I was like, bro. Like I was like, bro, and like when I was coming onto the deck, I was like, yeah, I have to end this fight like quick. Like I knew it. I was like, I have to end this fight quick because there's no way like this mouthpiece, like it didn't fit. It didn't fit at all. Like I was like, bro, there's no way this is gonna go. You feel me? If this comes out. So I was like, bro, whatever. So we get in the exchange, but me and this dude, we get into the exchange. We throw little combos in the pocket, pop, pop. Watching his film, I knew that every time after every exchange, he steps back and he throws a right kick. I watched his last fight. He threw that right kick and caught the dude in the head because the dude dipped in to go for the takedown right as he was throwing it because they knew he was going to throw that right kick. But he timed him perfectly and caught him in the head. And he got TKO. Doctor stopped because of the big-ass gash. So I was like, bro, he's going to throw it. But I was like, I can't catch it as he's coming up with it. I have to follow it as he's bringing it back because he's going to be off balance. So as he threw it, I went to catch it, and he was bringing back perfect into a blast double takedown, and I was like,
that double was insane.
Yeah, bro, because it was because he was off balance, so it was basically picking somebody up off of as they're on like 1 foot. Yeah. So I was like, bro, I'm gonna drive right through that every time. So I was like, so I followed it, caught it, drove through, takedown, and I was like, all right, cool. And we're on the ground, and like I know he likes arm bars, but Jason Butcher, one of the training partners that I worked with him my entire camp. He also loves arm bars. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's a very good jiu-jitsu practitioner, and he goes for arm bars all the time. So I'm defending arm bars like every single Wednesday at Resistance. I'm defending arm bars. So like I knew when he went for it, I knew I had to stuff it and like kind of like not people get tapped because they panic and extend their arm out. So I was like, I have to keep smothered, and that's when I went back to the can opener, and I'm landing some ground and pound, and he like goes that shield, he goes the shin shield, and he like pushes me up. And like everybody's taught when you're on your back to put you control with your feet. You have your feet, you got your up kicks, all different things. And because everybody's taught that, I was like, okay, cool. He's gonna place his foot on my hip, and right when he went for it, when he put it there,
that takes to just fall back,
bro. But the thing is though, it's really the angling that you have on it. You know, like I knew once I cleared and I had his hips locked, I was like, bro, like once I turn over and I cinch it up, it's up. So that's exactly what happened. It cinched up, and like he tried to go for his own, but not everybody does that because they're trying to think they have something, but they don't. And I turned it, cinched it up, bro, and like the picture from it is just like, wow, like the agony. Like I was like, just everything, the scene. I was like, bro, like that's like
it was on Fury
and UFC Fight Pass. So, so it was just like, bro, like everything was just perfect. I'm like 58 seconds, got out of there, bro, win my 3rd title, and like. I was just like, man, like still till this moment, like I'm just super elated because like, all this literally happened in a matter of like less than a year. Yeah. So it was just like, wow, like just to think like the things we can accomplish in that short amount of time, like, bro, what can we do in the next 5 to 10 years? Like, bro, we could have like 7, 8 UFC belts on the wall. You feel me? Like, who knows? You feel me? So it's like, I was just like, man, like coming to Omni. and just like switching camps and like coming to like just honing in on what we have to do, bro. This was the best decision I ever made, bro. Like I wouldn't want to go to any other gym. You feel me? Like this is probably one of the best wholesome gyms. And it's like it's not only because we're winning, bro. Like just the love that you get here, like the way they take care of each other, bro. Like we're one here, bro. Like everybody, like I believe Omni means together. So like everybody here, bro, like the way we rock, bro, like it's so tight knit, and like there's no egos. Like there's no you can't go train here because of this, like this. And I think when you say like fighters can't go train outside of their own gym, I think that's insecurities because you feel they're gonna find something better. But if you believe in what you have going on, they'll always come back. You feel me? Like if you have something that they need, they'll always come back. And I'm like, bro, like Omni, bro. I wouldn't, honestly, if you're looking for a gym and you're in the Bay Area, come to Omni Movement if you really want to learn how to fight.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, it was the best decision I ever made. Like, I feel like we still have long ways to go, but I feel like we're truly honing in on, like, our craft and becoming true martial artists at the end of the day.
Well, the big reason, I mean, I said it in the beginning, is your drastic change.
Yeah.
The drastic change is like something was happening, and Omni was part of that. Omni was part of that. Steve was part of that, and I think this the head you have on your shoulders at like such a young age. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And like you're mentioning your brother, he also plays rugby.
Yeah.
And you guys are just huge.
Like, good genetics, man.
Yeah, it's like insane. Like, is he playing professional rugby?
Yeah, he's playing professional right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through United States? Or
I believe it's called the like United States Rugby Professional League or something like that. It's like the league in the United States. Like, it's basically like the NFL for rugby.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's doing that right now. I actually don't currently know what team he's on right now besides what, because he just got re-signed to another team right now. So, but he's been doing his thing, bro.
Is he
like,
6'5", 6'4"?
Nah, he's like 6'2", but he's
6'2"?
huge though, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's huge, bro. So yeah, he's doing his thing too. Like he's honestly one of my biggest motivations too, because it's like he's overcame a lot in his life too, like a lot of adversity to get to the point that he is right now. And it's like, bro, like he's my older brother, you know. I've always looked up to him my whole life, you feel me? But like to see him like really like taking it to the next level, I'm like, bro, like I gotta like be just like my brother, you feel me? Like I gotta take it to the next level as well. So it's like, and I don't know, I just feel like with him, like just how everything like has taken place, like I just feel like this is just all destined, bro. Like this has been written, like the way like the dynamic of our family, like everything's changing, like this is written, bro. Like this already has happened, but we're just now living in it. So I'm just super thankful for that.
Dope. That's dope. And it's funny because like I had 2 chances to spar you, and I'll never forget this. The one thing I'll never forget is you're a whole different type of fighter. Like there's people that are gonna go amateur, and then there's people that are gonna take this for a living, right? And it's just you're that person, right?
Appreciate
But there was one point where I had a omoplata. And I tell this to everybody because it's just crazy, right? And you didn't look back at me, but the far side arm came and smacked me right in the eye. I literally, like, I didn't see it coming, and I literally went home, and my eye was swollen. For you to generate that much power, like, that was insane. Like, you know, I don't know if your arm was like, no one could do that. That's my size, you know what I mean? That was insane. I just wanted to tell you that.
I appreciate it.
But also, what's next?
I mean, right now, we're going to get ready for a kickboxing fight for Legends, I believe there are, September 17th in San Francisco. We'll do that. So it's 4 rules, Muay Thai, full contact. So we just wanted to be able to hone in and throw elbows and things before we go pro. A couple promotions that hit me up to debut September 2nd, but we had just finished in July. We've been fighting like a lot this year. So I just really, because, you know, being 23, like I just really wanted to give my body some time to heal up, you know, before taking it to that next level. Because one thing that I learned, even like from my past experience with MMA, like when you rush, that's when things don't work out the way you want them to, you know. But when you take your time and like take things like as they need to be, then that's when things start to really roll, you know. So I just kind of wasn't trying to like, because if I was fighting MMA pro September 2nd, I'd have to get right back in the camp after my last fight. Yeah. And like the fight didn't go long, but like, you know how it is. You're a fighter, the training camp, it puts a toll on your body, honestly. Yeah. That's the main thing that I felt puts a toll on my body, because when I train hard. So I was like, let me just give myself some time to really just hone in on like skill building and then take care of my body. And then when it's time to go, like we're shooting for like October, November right now. So it's not like we're sitting for a whole year, but we just didn't want it to be just so like rushed. Because that transition from from amateur to pro is not a simple transition, you know. Like, you know, it's a whole different two extra minutes on the round. Like, it's a whole different ball game. So it's like, you know, we want to make sure that you're not that we're not confident in our skill. We just want to make sure that we're like honed in completely before we're like, okay, let's jump into it. So I think October, November is a good time to get back into it. But I definitely am trying to get back like soon because
You know what's crazy is that you say that, right? And then like in 2000, I think you said 2019 when you left your old gym.
yeah,
Like you thought you were gonna go pro.
yeah.
Like you saying like, yeah, it's good to take it slow and all this stuff.
Nah, it's crazy because like, bro, over there, like honestly, it was always kind of like a rush, bro. Like I remember. Before I even fought Luke, my old coach, he called me because he had you know, everybody in the Bay Area is pretty plugged in with Bellator. So he called me. He was like, bro, like you can go to Bellator if you want. Bro, I only had like 3 fights at this time, and then the thing is like he literally was like, you're gonna smash this Luke Burr dude. Like I'm not even worried about him. Those were his exact words. I was like, all right.
Your coach said that?
Yeah, my coach.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, you feel me? Like,
that's not a good thing.
yeah, like that's not, you feel me? Like just like that. The confidence was good. I'll give him that. Like the confidence was good, but I was still like literally my last fight, I was wearing shin guards, fighting 2-minute rounds. And now you're talking about let's hop in, no shin guards, elbows, 5-minute rounds. I'm like, can we even like learn how to defend a takedown first? Yeah. Like, you know, like, so I was just like, so we were kind of always in that rush, but like, still, like, after that, like, in my mind, I was always still like, I want to go pro. I'm trying to go pro. I'm trying to go pro. I'm trying to go pro. Like, before I went to Wyoming, I was like, this is going to be my last amateur fight. I just kept saying that. And I was like, bro, like, that rushing, like, that's what messes people, that's what throws people off. But when you're like, when you take that patient approach, like, I think there's a difference between patience and, like, kind of just, like, waiting in the wings. Like, we're progressing towards what we want to do, but we're not trying to rush there. We're not trying to get there today. We're not trying to get there tomorrow. You feel me? We're trying to get there on that proper God's timing. You feel me? So it's like the way we taking it now, like the way everything's been, bro, I wish this is how it started, you know, but it's not about how you start at the end of the day. You feel me? It's how you finish off. So I think right now we got a good recipe going, and I'm just excited for the future.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes,
and I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
And you said that you're a big Adesanya fan.
Yeah.
And like you really like looked at John. You think you said John Jones or was
John
it
Jones?
John
Yeah.
Jones and Adesanya. I think I heard you say before. And it's just a kind of like a goof question. Like, I mean, not that you're gonna fight him, even if you do make it to pro and like the age is not there. But like, how would you beat Adesanya?
Oh man, Israel Adesanya. Honestly, bro, like. He is a true technician, honestly. Like, the way he moves, his mechanics, but I think the key to beating someone like Adesanya is being able to cut off the ring. Because, like, a lot of people, they, like, chase him, and that's what he wants. Like, he wants you to chase him because that's how you're going to walk into some of his shots. But if you start cutting off angles, you feel me? Because he relies, like, honestly, I feel like he's on a whole nother level. But I feel like in some ways we're similar fighters because we rely on, like, our footwork and, like, our movement. You feel me? Like, the athleticism. But if you take that away, and also leg kicks, because nobody ever kicks his legs. Like, nobody. Everybody wants to headhunt him. And it's like, bro, he has some of the best head movement in the game. But when you're moving your head, one thing that's not moving is your body and your legs. So I'm like, why not chop him up? Like, we're 6'4". Our legs are all real estate, you feel me? So it's like, why would you not hone in on that? And I feel like also him and John Jones, I feel like they do struggle with people that are similar height to them because it's not like if I'm fighting a dude that's like 5'9", 5'8", you could just jab and kind of like stay away from him the whole time. You feel me? But when it's a dude that literally has the same reach as you, as you're throwing, they can throw right back at you. So then it's like it becomes more of like now I have to be way more tactical because now I can't just run circles on them anymore. Yeah. So like cutting off the ring and like kicks would probably be my recipe to being Adesanya. But we'll see one day. Hopefully, honestly, that's a fight that I genuinely would love to have. Honestly.
Do you vision?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
vision
All the time,
like
bro.
Yeah.
All the time, bro. Like, that's a fight that I genuinely would love to have, bro. Like, I think that would be like, I just hope, sometimes you see your idols and like people that you looked up to, you feel me? And you're like, oh, bro, like, you're just not trying to get starstruck, you feel me? But I think that's definitely one that could happen in the future. But, I mean, he is kind of getting older too, and like, I'm just going pro now, so. We'll see how things go.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see you go pro. I'm excited to see you go Muay Thai or kickboxing.
Yes, sir.
And, yeah, man, thank you for doing this.
I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you guys for listening, guys.
Yes, sir.